No-name defense. Matt, that no-name defense giving up less than 9 goals per game. Number 7 nationally in scoring defense.
I mean, you don't like to look in the past, right? Maybe UNC last year felt like, hey, it was a lost season. But was it? Like, this team grew up. I mean, this is still one of the youngest teams in the country.
In black, Ben Johnston had the game winner in overtime last week against Virginia. That shot is too high. Liam Kirschus in goal for North Carolina. Michael Gianfrancaro, a captain, a Princeton transfer. He stood on his head in the fourth quarter in Carolina's win at Duke. Now McAdory, guarded by Prohashka. Kirschus, who has yo-yoed between attack and midfield this season, a 5-star freshman. And that shot finds the back of the net. Tomas Delgado getting the start on the first midfield. Matt, his trademark is that outside hammer.
Hey, look, it seems to be the right call by Coach Danowski. Delgado played great last week against the Cavaliers. And right here, you can see why they inserted him into the starting lineup. Just a quick release, right? Gianfrancaro never saw that release. Deception, the most important part of an effective shooter.
Side track to a first-round home game. Loser might be going on the road. Selection Sunday this Sunday. That shot is wide to the left. McAdory will dig it out.
And that's Aiden McGuire, right? We hit him on the open as the star defensive player, but showing he can do it on both ends of the field with that nice individual take. Fires that off the post.
Second midfield now on for Duke. 32 in black. Chris Cusalito, Providence transfer. McAdory, turbine, shoots, and scores. Duke's got some juice early.
Duke 2 for 2 on the offensive end. McAdory in his last ACC tournament as a Blue Devil with the nice fake shot spin and the left-handed release. Just perfect footwork. And again, it just...
And the game against Carolina. In fact, Duke's attack in that game, only 4 shots, 1 goal. There comes Delgado, 1 goal already after a couple in the Virginia game last week. Has 3 goals all season. Here comes Johnston. Spins it back. Max Sloat, shot on the run. 3-zip Duke.
This is a Duke team that on the offensive end has really shifted the point of their attack towards the midfield. Max Sloat, a red shirt junior here. Again, look, you have Johnson drawing out. Does this not look like Brennan O'Neill with that sweeping to his left, dropping his hand down? It's this unique move right here, right? Drops it down, hides the stick from Gianfrancaro. It's just, I mean, it's uncanny what that looks like. The low drop, right? It's that little move, that subtle move where he drops the stick in the head almost towards the turf that creates that deception.
He can stretch the field. Oliver, their leading scorer, the transfer from Maryland. Working on Ashheim.
It's a good time to dodge here for Delgado.
Delgado against the short stick Hagerup. There's Johnston working on the freshman Salucci. Johnston whistles one wide. It stays with Duke, 17 to shoot. Delgado from the outside, his second, 4-0. It's been all Duke.
All Duke here on both sides of the field as they take a 4-0 lead. Jamison in the cage here with the point blank stop inside. Gets Duke another possession, and then miscommunication by the Tar Heels on defense, and Delgado makes him pay with.
To the first Duke game where he scored on the first goal. on the first shot, has not scored since.
I mean, Duke defensively keeping North Carolina out of the middle of the field, out of prime scoring opportunities. Like, they'll give that shot up all day, every day as a defense.
UNC coming off a win against Syracuse. Petramala gets the heels on the board.
Dom Petramala with his 44th goal of the season. I mentioned earlier, he only hits the cage 50% of his shots. But if he hits it, it goes in almost the majority of the time. And right here, this goal where you're struggling to create offense, pick it up and push in transition as they cause the turnover. And then Duffy with the big skip, and then just like, oh, you know what, casual low to high, flick of the wrist. Near side high, Coach Bresci fire.
So missed opportunity, that's a man up. You don't even get a shot. 9 turnovers for the Heels.
Duke's had its struggles on the man down unit all year, but today, again, some of that North Carolina being a little sloppy, but credit them for kind of bringing a different look, extending out, creating a little chaos, disrupting North Carolina in their flow and rhythm.
Delgado's got 2 of the Duke 4. 7 in black. Against Drew Scott. There's a feed, shot, and it trickles in. Ben Johnston off the body of Gianfrancaro, who's upset with himself. And that is the first tally of this second quarter.
And if you look at Duke, right, all year it's been Sloat Johnson. But Delgado, to me, has got the most explosive first step. And right here, the nice feed to Johnson. Rips it righty, right off Gianfrancaro. 5-1 Blue Devils. It's getting deeper at the high school level, and we're not growing at the college level. So these teams are so close, neck and neck. Like, the parity has never been bigger than it is right now.
I think the fun part of it for us is going to be we might have a chance to watch a tournament with a lot of chaos in the first couple of rounds.
How many straight years did Syracuse go to the Final Four?
22.
Never happening again, right? Like, I don't think we're getting to 4 or 5.
Low shot and a score. 6-1 Duke. That's Graham Blake.
Duke putting it all together here tonight. Got his 4th goal in his last 5 games. And again, just like, look at the difference in Duke's offense versus North Carolina. Duke's offense, they're all dodging off a ball movement, right? Like, North Carolina is extending out to meet Blake, and then he's able to run by you. Versus when North Carolina is playing offense, it's all starting standing.
Halftime coming up. Justin Walters, Jules Henningberg standing by. They'll recap everything in lacrosse, including game 1 between Syracuse and Notre Dame. Well, McAdory's been quiet for Duke in this first half. Dusts his man, draws the slide, it comes back, shot saved, rebound turned away. One more chance and a goal. A hat trick for Delgado.
Gianfrancaro makes 2 amazing saves and just the relentless onslaught by the Blue Devils. Tomas Delgado with his first career hat trick in his first career start. 3rd time's the charm. Not only for his hat trick, but right here the shots that Gianfrancaro's facing. Save number 1, save number 2, and then Delgado gets the loose ball, keeps moving his feet. Duke came to play.
50-50 ground ball. That kind of sums up the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's again, right there, massive scrum. Duke just a little bigger, a little faster tonight. But going back to like Owen Duffy, like he can't get a step in that matchup. And so they need to attack somewhere else, right? They should not be going after Charlie Johnson.
And McAdory was dancing with Wertheim. Finally, Salucci came over on the switch. Delgado, the man of the hour, playing with confidence. Hat trick today. Dumps it back to X, feet in front, Molliver slam dunk. 8-1 Duke.
Again, that possession all starts with that intense battle for the ground ball. And Kirsch, just a nice job drawing and baiting North Carolina behind the cage. 8-1 total domination.
2013 ACC tournament semifinal. Duke and Carolina, Matt. I don't know if you remember this game. UNC, with the great attack line of Bitter, Sankey, and Holman, had a 9-goal lead in the third quarter against Duke. Blue Devils go on an 11-1 run. Take the lead with about 6 minutes to go. Graham Blake makes it 9-1 here.
So you're saying that North Carolina has to give up 2 more?
Well, listen, Carolina falls behind as Duke goes on this massive run. Eventually, UNC wins the game 18-17. Marcus Holman scored the game winner. But the way this game is played out, there are no signs of a Carolina comeback. Graham Blake now with a couple of goals, and Duke, they've got Carolina like a marionette with a clipped string right now.
Yeah, they're not sure what to do, both offensively and defensively. Duke just has all the answers, and again, if you can sense energy, you can feel energy, and
Blue Devils quicker to everything. And that's a reset to 80, so Johnston, McAdory, low to high, 10-1 Duke.
just a clinic on offense. Can't draw it up any better for the Blue Devils. One hard dodge, draw the slide, move the ball through X. I mean, here again, this is Delgado being the party starter, the nice skip pass, the one more to McAdory. Low to high near side. I mean, just the difference watching Duke's offense execute right now versus that massive goal last week.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, he faced off with his brother Jose in the national championship game. Jose played for Notre Dame. It made Paul Carcaterra very happy. All the Boyers are from Yorktown, his hometown. Cusalito. Pappendick. Another one for Duke. Runaway train.
Duke just doing such a nice job catching every pass with their feet moving, right? Like they're already running through North Carolina's defensemen at the moment of the catch, right? 11-1, and Duke just putting it on the Tar Heels. And right there, Pappendick catching with his feet moving, gets to his right hand, puts the 11th on the board for the Blue Devils.
Mighty impressive. Curtius out to Johnston. McAdory. Dangerous pass. Duke keeps it. 15 to shoot. Duke has scored on 11 of its 26 shots. McAdory to the wing. Howitzer from Sloat.
Another assisted goal for Duke. throwing passes 80 miles an hour, it seems like. Right on the money. Again, right there, Johnson draws the slide. McAdory zips the catchable pass over to Sloat. His strong left hand, look at the torque, the power. He can
Lacrosse, so much was made of, the generational draft class for the PLL. Big reason why we were talking about 2 senior classes last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, the COVID year, and now this season, we've talked about it on the air before. Half the guys playing college lacrosse right now missed at least a year, some more, of development in high school. Plus an exodus of 2 senior classes.
Yeah, you're graduating a lot of bigger, older, athletic players, and so you have a lot of new faces. And to your point, like, you missed some critical years with some of the younger players. As Ty English gets North Carolina its 2nd goal. Now, I love his game. Look, he came to North Carolina. They were a little light on the D midfield, so he did it all for them. He was on wings of faceoffs, D midi, and this year they felt better about depth there. It's like, hey, Ty, we're gonna tap you in the shoulder to be the leader in our first midfield. A nice job getting his hands free.
Carolina went more than 31 minutes between goals, just behind the cage.
Duke looking like Notre Dame from last year, the offense they're playing, right? Like, where did this come from?
Sometimes, again, you're looking for that missing piece, Matt, and Delgado, another stretch shooter, might just be the last missing piece for Duke. Feet in front, behind the back, Kirschus. Wow.
Kirschus, the freshman. Just nice and patient on the inside. Look at that little step. Malver with the accurate pass right on the stick, and then behind the back. Look, we're gonna get a great angle here. Look, he goes near side high right into the upper corner. One fluid motion. Look at it, just one cradle, if that, in and out of his stick, right? How often do you see a quick stick behind the back? They seem to find their way.
(13-2). So we're looking at a Duke-Syracuse ACC championship game Sunday.
But just look at this offense, right? It's like throwing it, like no one's running hard north-south, making passes. It's all cross, jam it to the middle. North Carolina needs to find their offensive flow again.
Duffy swims inside and scores. For Owen Duffy, that snaps an 0 for 21 shooting streak.
Scoreless in his last 2 games. Able to get it here, and Petramal with the dodge. And then the swim. And again, right here, the fearless approach to getting underneath, but then coming up the field, putting your body at risk.
Orange really struggled to clear the ball in that game. Skip pass. McAdory. Matched by Barton. There's Liam McLean. Shot clock at 10. Aiden Blake, crease feed. Molliver sneaks it in there.
And what you're seeing too from Duke, right? It's like, all right, so they moved Delgado to the first midfield. And like maybe the pieces fit better in the second midfield now. Like, where is this coming from? Right, Blake having an impact in this game. Good ball movement again. You see here, right? Now North Carolina slides, and now the passing lane opens up. for the people on the most dangerous parts in the field. And like, again, like Duke has done a nice job. I think UNC maybe sliding a bit early in some of these matchups, right? Like, I would kind of maybe, you know, 5, like maybe no higher than 5.
You get the sense the top 3 will likely be some combination of Maryland, Cornell, and if Princeton were to beat Harvard, Princeton, should they win the Ivy League. I think that's going to be the top 3. They've kind of have sat atop the RPI most of the season. Maryland's got 7 wins against the RPI top 10. Nobody else comes close. You can point to losses to Michigan and Rutgers as Koopman gets a tally. But if Maryland beats Ohio State, that's going to be 8 top 10 wins. Even with 2 losses, I could see Maryland being the 1. And then the Princeton-Cornell winner, if that's the Ivy Championship, that's 2, loser 3. Then what happens? Princeton currently leading Harvard 10-8. That game over on ESPNU, 4th quarter. So again, we were talking RPI, and that's a huge metric. You can argue it's an everything metric with the selection committee. Harvard right now RPI 11, Notre Dame RPI 10. Harvard win against Princeton would be a certain RPI boost. You kind of get the sense Notre Dame could be going on the road in round 1. Low shot. That one trickles past Jamison. Andrew Price with the goal. And here's the other one. And this might be the doomsday scenario, but we're just thinking out loud in a 14-5 game. Should Notre Dame fall another spot, let's say they get passed by Harvard if Harvard beats Princeton, and now Notre Dame's at 11. Army has stayed put at 12 despite a loss to Colgate in the Patriot League semis earlier to 2 spots.
For 2 spots, right? And again, like coming in this game, I was like, oh no, like Notre Dame doesn't worry about that. But now where they've dropped, like they're gonna be uncomfortable.
But what's interesting is Wambach shoots it too high. They can still move depending on the results of other teams now. So if Duke wins, Notre Dame has a win against Duke. Duke's going to bounce up. What if Duke's into the top 5? That's now an RPI top 5 win for Notre Dame, which means the Irish could rise.
Right.
It's all fluid. It's going to be interesting. Again, I think as Petramalo puts one through, I think what's going to be fascinating for the committee is once they get past the top 3, how are you going to sort 4 through 8? And then what I think is going to give a lot of coaches angst. You get past 8, you only seed 8. Then geography determines the matchup. So, for example, let's say Richmond wins the A10.
You know, the marquee matchup, right, with Leo and English initiating whoever had the short stick, were able to get to their strength. Like Leo was consistently able to get to his left hand. English, again, just such a shifty, smart player that Notre Dame had to slide. And then when they get you on that roller coaster, you know, they're just so smart off ball that they're tough to keep out of the cage.
And for Duke, this is now 5 straight opponents they've held below 10 goals. Right. Defense was never the question. Charlie Johnson, Henry Bard, Aiden McGuire, Jack Gray. That one finds the back of the net. Nick Dupuis, first goal in 7 games for the Stony Brook and UMBC transfer. But if Duke can bottle up this offense with this defense, look out.
I mean, I love teams that initiate with their midfield. Like, I just think look, the most vulnerable position on the field, maybe outside for Duke, is the D-middies. You know what? Like, we trust our matchups. Don't cheat. We don't need any bluff slides. Like, if they get by you one-on-one, we got Jamison and Cage, like, we're going to be okay.
A tour de force performance on both sides of the ball for Duke. Offense, defense, goaltending was stellar. How about the 3 and the 4 seed